time for more tales, I see. Well, what shall it be today? No. How about the one that... No, not for today. I've got the very one for today. Another one from good old Aesop. So, if you're ready, I'll tell you the tale of the man, the boy, and the donkey. Once there was a father and a son who were on their way to market to trade their wares that they had placed on their donkey. The road was long, dusty, and lonely. They'd only overtaken one old man in the last several hours. They were tired from walking such a long journey when they saw, coming up the road, a man riding his own donkey. Father and son smiled at each other, as they knew this meant that they were at last coming close to the market. But their smiles didn't last long. As they passed the man, he was laughing and pointing, saying, "You fools! What's a donkey for if not to ride?" And he rode off down the road in fits of laughter. The father, frowning, turned to his son and without a word quickly placed him firmly on their donkey's back. They continued happily on the road to market until a group of tired workmen passed by with cold glares, saying, "My son would rather walk than ride. When my brow is red and sweat, he's young and strong, not lazy." The father looked at his son, who lowered his head and slipped from the donkey's back as his father hopped upon the donkey. They started to approach homes on the edge of the town when they passed two women weaving baskets who lamented,
"Look at him! Oh, I know, that poor boy having to trudge along. And all while his lazy father swans along. Shame on him!
Shame on him!" After this, neither father or son knew what to do. Giving it some thought, the father pulled his son up upon the donkey and rode into town together. As they reached the start of the market, they saw all the townsfolk jeering at them. At last, the father couldn't take any more and demanded, "What have we done now? What do you want from us?" One of the townsfolk called back to him, "Aren't you ashamed of yourself overloading that poor donkey?" Then another added, "Oh, it's going to collapse under you too. Oh, treat your beasts with better care." Sheepishly, both father and son came down from the donkey and thought on what they could do. They decided to give their donkey a rest by carrying it the rest of the way. But the donkey and the wares were too heavy for just the father to carry it across his back. After deep thought, they cut a pole and tied the wares and the donkey by its feet to the pole and carried it all between the two of them. At last, in the market, they were met with even more laughter, and as they struggled under the weight, the donkey got one leg free of the pole and kicked out, forcing them to drop the pole. The donkey ran around the market, knocking over stalls, and fled out of the town, taking all their wares behind it. Oh. Once the dust had cleared, father and son found themselves surrounded by angry traders and vendors. Oh, they didn't know where to look or what to do. Then the old man from the road, who had been behind them, walking slowly, passed, wisely saying, "Please all, and you will please none." You can always depend on old Aesop to give you something to remember, yes? Oh, and speaking of remembering, do remember to send in your stories and ideas so I can make them videos like this, yes? So send them to bard.elven.tales@gmail.com. And you never know, your tales might be remembered as long as Aesop's. Oh, and do also like, share and subscribe to this channel. It's very much appreciated. And I'll see you soon for more Bard Elven Tales.